Hey, it's Keith from Outlaw Speed Shop, and I want to thank you for tuning in. This week I'm tackling an M2 Camaro, and you are looking at a picture of my 72 Camaro I had in El Paso, Texas. Um, this video might be slightly different. I'm going to kind of go over the story of the car and why I'm doing what I'm doing, more than the actual build itself. I had a lot of fun with this car. I was in the Army. I ended up It was a funny story how I got the car and how I just dug it out of the desert, and I traded a 69 Chevelle that I didn't have a title for to this guy. He said, if you can dig it out of the sand in the desert, you can have it. He had a title, and come to find out it had a brand new Target Master 350 motor in it. It really just needed a starter, and thing ran like a dream, but I got in a lot of trouble. So as always, if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell to get notified of all future videos. So I have an M2 Camaro. This is the Hooker series, which always sounds cool to begin with. It's brand new in the package. I'm actually, aside from maybe stealing motors or wheels from M2s, I've never actually built one. This one came on the base, and pretty basic as far as taking them apart. It's a well-cast vehicle. I kind of dig the M2s. There's a lot to it. What's funny is I had this on the bench, and I believe it was Hodges ended up doing a Dodge Daytona, and it's funny because I already had this one like half done. And I was like, well, maybe I ought to wait. And I said, screw it, I'll just do it anyways. I didn't want to do a similar video so soon, but screw it. It is what it is. But yeah, this Camaro, when I was in the Army, I was, 1,200 miles from home. And being a car guy, I kind of hooked up with the car guys that were local in the area. And I didn't really hang out with anybody that was in the Army. And one of the kids had a 69 Malibu 350, nothing fancy. Nice car, very clean. Being from New England, finding a southern car with just surface rust was amazing to begin with. But he said, oh, it doesn't have a title, but don't worry about it. All you can do is this, 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 and this in Texas. I'm like, all right, sure. Well, I couldn't get him. So I put a for sale sign on it, and somebody drove by, and the guy's like, hey, I got would you be interested in trading? And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't have a title. He says, oh, don't worry about it. I can take care of that. I'm like, all right, great. So we go out into the middle of the desert, and there's this Camaro sitting there, and it's buried in sand, and the driver's window was broken, so the interior was filled with sand, and it was just it was a mess. But seeing cars that need help are like a lost cause for me, so I ended up doing the trade. So he had a tow truck, so he picked up the Chevelle, and then he dropped off the Camaro. So I vacuumed out the dirt and everything else, put a battery in it, didn't start. So I took the starter out, put a new starter in, and it ended up starting like a drain. The thing ran unbelievably. Well, I did some research, and it was a brand new Target Master 350. And I don't know how many miles are on it, but it was clean. So once I cleaned everything out, I put a new window in and everything. I drove that thing everywhere. And what's funny is it had straight pipes on it. There was no mufflers. And, I don't know, 20, 21. And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever anyways. And in Texas, they're a little lax, or they were at the time. So I lived off post, and I used to go on post in the morning for PT at like 4:30. And this was, again, 91 or so, 92. And car alarms were the big thing, the aftermarkets. And I ended up pretty much almost getting kicked off base and demoted, because I would drive through at like 4:30 in the morning, and I would just rev the crap out of my motor, and it'd set off all the car alarms. And finally my CO said, either park the car, get an exhaust, or I'm demoting you again. And my rank was always up and down anyways, because I always got in trouble. But anyways, it was one of those cars that I had a blast with, and I just wanted to recreate it. It was nothing fancy. It was green when I got it. I primered it, and I left the hood green because my goal was to get a cowl induction hood. I'd put a dual carb setup on it, and I wanted some sort of aftermarket, a ZL1. You know, I don't really know what I wanted, but I wanted something for an aftermarket hood, and I never got around to it. And what I did is I left the hinges off, and I just kind of left the front clip so it would just it would lock down, so you still had the hood release, but that way I could take the hood off whenever I needed to, which was 90% of the time. So that's why this has a green hood, which you can see me cutting the tabs off now because it wasn't designed to have a motor in it on this casting. But yeah, I had a blast with that car. It didn't have a front bumper, and it didn't have a grill, and I left it that way the entire time I drove it. I don't know, it was one of those cars. It was a beater, but I had a blast with it. So as you can see, and I've been babbling throughout the whole thing, I primered the car. I get rid of the grill. Right here, I flat blacked or semi blacked the rear spoiler, the front spoiler, and the interior, because I had black carpets, but I had in a black dash, but I had the tan seats. The only thing different about this is I had the H shifter on the floor in the console. This has a standard, but I didn't want to go that crazy with it. But I did take the time to use silver to do the shifter handle. But yeah, this was a fun car. I really had a blast. And I know this is more of a story than it is about the actual build. The build is pretty basic and simple. It was just a quickie Wednesday build. But it was one of those cars I just had so much fun in, and I got in so much trouble that it felt good to kind of build this. What's funny is I drove it the whole entire time, and then when I got out of the Army, and I think it was '94, July 4th, and July 1st, I bought a '78 Z28, and it was a rare edition with the houndstooth interior, and it was a 4-speed car. So I ended up 2 days before I got out of the Army, I actually took the motor out of the Camaro and put it in the Z28, and I drove it from El Paso to Massachusetts, the hottest weekend of the year, and I think I broke down like 10 times. I had all kinds of problems with wheel bearing issues in Fort Worth. I had the ignition module in my distributor went in Pecos, Texas, which was another whole story that I don't have enough time to talk about. But yeah, it was a weird trip, but the car had a lot of history with me, and it was just fun. You can see I'm using the Citadel paints to just kind of paint it on. I just did a couple coats, and I thinned it out so you can't see the brush marks, and it's almost identical to the shit green that it was. And I'm using a Molotow pen for the chrome rear bumper. The front bumper got thrown away. I didn't do anything with it, so because it wasn't on my car. And the chrome on the bumpers were in really good shape to begin with on mine. So I'm using some Chemical Guys polishing compound. If you watched Hodge's video, he did the same thing. It's the only way I know how to get it off without sanding it. But you can polish the pad printed logo that's on the back window that says Hooker. It takes 3 or 4 times of just polishing it. I ended up breaking the window right in half on the top, which wasn't a big deal from where I drilled it out, but went back in, piece of cake. But yeah, it takes 3 or 4 times of polishing it, and then just wipe it down, and it comes off real easy. It's like nothing, and then it's like half gone, so it works out pretty good. The fitment on everything, again, this is a pretty detailed casting. You can see I'm kind of fitting things right now, but this was rather enjoyable. I ended up putting Krager's on it, so these wheels that I found from another M2 kit worked perfectly. The only thing is the rears are a little bit wider than what I actually had. I think I had some wide 60s on the back and 70s on the front, and this was about as close as I could get. So you can see me starting to put the little bits back on the rear spoiler, just putting a little bit of glue. The tabs broke off when I was trying to get it off because you can't really get at them from the back side, just the way the casting is. Things like the 4 tail lights, those were fairly easy. You can get at those. Same thing with the front bumper. But some of the things that are a little higher up in the casting, you couldn't really get at. But a little bit of glue, let it sit a second, let it get a little sticky. Put the stuff on, piece of cake. And I like the fact that as opposed to Hot Wheels, it's all one piece, usually. So with the M2s, you have a lot of flexibility, what you put on, what you take off. and you can mix and match. So I'm pretty much putting it all back together. But anyways, I appreciate you guys listening to me ramble on about some of my fun times that I had with cars. I may do this more often if I get some positive results. If you guys hate it, then just tell me. But anyways, this is what I started with. That's what I was attempting to do. This is what I ended up with. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.